You'll learn these key techniques: how to paint realistic metal surfaces and create convincing reflections, understanding the crucial value relationships, balancing sharp details and blurry parts, and creating distance through atmosphere. I hope understanding these principles and techniques will bring your art to the next level. Enjoy! I'm using a very limited palette for this painting in general. The overall colors are yellow, red, black and white. In the yellows I have yellow ochre and raw sienna. In the reds I have burnt umber, light red, Indian red, and then ivory black and titanium white. Making mistakes is part of the painting process. Only by allowing ourselves to make them, we can achieve a better result and bring ourselves to another skill level. Since the subjects in the composition are industrial, incorporating some symmetry here and there is recommended, perhaps by adding a right angle combined with a horizontal angle. This approach supports the story of the composition. However, the symmetry should not be overly precise, as it could detract from the painterly effect I want to achieve. Let's have a look at how to paint a brick wall without drawing every single brick. That's my wall base, and I will look into this part of the wall. How to figure out what kind of pattern this actually is. In a plein air situation, I would do two things: squinting my eyes first, defocus my view second. Both of these techniques deliver approximately this kind of view. It blurs everything. I see this overall gray area with some darker spots here and there. Here we have very much more gray, less darker spots, and a few highlight spots. Step 1, I establish the overall grayish area that we see here. That's the partly peeled off paint. I apply my strokes in the direction of the laid bricks. Step 2, I bring in the darkest parts. It's only a few. Let's focus on this area. Then I apply a middle gray. See, these patches get together and have already a great foundation. Once I have this established, I apply the brightest parts of the paint. Those are not many, actually. And now I can go in and add a highlight here and there. That's a schematic wall. By the way, you can check out the full video tutorial on my Patreon. It's got reference materials and even more tips about the process. As a last final step, I applied with transparent color some darker parts in order to get everything unified, whatever I needed to get unified. That's the schematic idea of painting a brick wall. Let the background shine through here and there a bit, will serve you and your composition very well. Here, that's the background. You've seen at the start, it's a reddish earth tone. Yeah, I have also it shining through. Well, the idea was, because I have so much red earth tone here because of the brick walls, I wanted to have this to serve me as a unifying element. I left as much background open towards the upper part of the painting so that there is a more loose feeling on the top, so the focus is on the bottom part. Objects behind the window appear different in color temperature. The sky outside adds a blue tint onto the objects, making them appear cooler. While if we have an indoor situation, the tones appear warmer. What that means is that those objects behind the window, they have this atmospheric filter between us, the viewer, and them. Let's have a look on the screen. This will be the border to inside. Let's say it's our window ledge. Window. Everything inside this window will be highly saturated, while everything outside has this desaturated purplish haze on it. So it's the same color, but out there, far away from us, it will look like this. Maybe if some sun is on top of it, some highlights, it will have something like this. Using your finger to smudge the paint creates a very smooth gradient effect. If you prefer not to use your hand directly, you can achieve similar results with a tight glove, a fan brush, even an old cosmetic brush or a sponge. Let's have a look into values. This car is white. In fact, it's not really very white, it's a lot of gray. Let's have a look into the painting. Let's compare it to pure white. This is white. This is far away, so no matter what we take, it will be quite far away from pure white. It's a few steps from pure white, so this is important. What are the benefits of the melt stick? It provides support, helping you maintain steady control over your strokes. The melt stick allows for fine, detailed work, as it stabilizes your hand while painting. There's more tricks to use in order to guide your viewer through the composition. Let's have a look into them. So the center of the composition is definitely this guy here. But how do we know this? Well, because of the brightness of the drapery here and here. He uses these effects in order to direct our view onto this guy. Let's look into it in black and white. See how this is very important. This is very bright. If one looks into the values, and this is the brightest. This goes from here, it picked up a bit of the red, goes from here, and then we have the secondary things that come from here, and this secondary that's here, this is same brightness of this, because his skin over here is not the same brightness anymore, it's darker. You see, it's darker. Here, get a bit darker, but it's close to the same. Here, this value is the darkest. It belongs to this area, to the first. So there is a clear hierarchy in the values chosen. We have here the point of focus, and those lines are also not a coincidence. It's very well thought through how it will be. This line here blocks, it supports our main focus here. And then we have this line here pointing us this direction. His hand naturally, and look, point us here into this direction. This leg also points us into this direction. And here we have another hand that points. Actually, it's everything is into this direction. And he is also looking down. All the focus where one is looking. So of course we look also where the people are looking in the composition. Well, this is it. If you made it this far, thanks so much for your time first of all. If you'd like to dive deeper, check out my Patreon for the extended tutorial. It has reference materials and even more tips for you. The link's down below. Thanks for your support. If you enjoyed this video, you might like this video over here, where I break down exactly how to create glass and pottery textures. So check out that video over here.